years of experience helping men protect their health, confidence, and dignity as they age. And today, we're tackling one of the most common questions in men's health, yet one of the least spoken about: penis size. We're going to separate myth from science, fantasy from biology, insecurity from truth, because millions of men carry quiet doubts that were never theirs to begin with. And today, you're going to get the truth. Here's the thing: penis size is not just a curiosity. For many men, it becomes a private source of anxiety. It chips away at confidence. It impacts intimacy. It quietly eats at self-worth. But why? It often begins early. Picture yourself at 13 or 14. You stumble across your first adult video. You don't realize what you're seeing isn't biology, it's performance. The man on screen wasn't random. He was cast for size. The camera angles, lighting, and editing all made him look even larger. And that exaggerated image became your reference point. Now add locker room bragging, crude comparisons, and silence around the truth. And suddenly, a completely average body begins to feel inadequate. In fact, studies show up to 60% of men feel dissatisfied with their size, even though over 90% fall within the completely normal range. And here's another twist. When women are surveyed, only 5 to 10% say size is a very important factor in a partner. So where does the obsession come from? Because no one ever told you the truth. Not in school, not in health class, and certainly not online. Let's ground ourselves in facts. A massive global study published in the British Journal of Urology International measured over 15,000 men. Here's what they found. The average erect length, 13.2 centimeters, or just over 5 inches. The average erect girth, 11.5 centimeters, about 4.5 inches around. And here's the most important point: 90 to 95% of men fall between 4 and 6.3 inches. That's the true normal range. Not 8 inches, not 10, not what you saw in a film, just 5. And if you fall in that range, you are by every scientific standard completely normal. But here's where it gets tricky. Most men don't even measure correctly. And that's where mistakes and insecurities multiply. Let's walk through the most common mistakes men make and how to avoid them. Because if you've been comparing yourself to the wrong numbers, you'll never get peace of mind. Mistake number 1, measuring from the wrong spot. Most men start at the skin in front of the pubic bone, but in medicine, we measure from the pubic bone itself, pressing gently into the fat pad. If you don't, you'll underestimate length by up to half an inch. Biologically, that fat pad thickens as we age, especially if we gain weight, so the penis looks shorter even though it isn't. Emotionally, this can make men feel smaller than they truly are. Practically, it means your ruler isn't showing reality. The fix? Place the ruler firmly against the pubic bone on top, not underneath. Mistake number 2, measuring when not fully erect or when stressed. The penis is highly sensitive to temperature, anxiety, and blood flow. Cold room, stressful day, your size will shrink dramatically. Biologically, smooth muscle inside the penis contracts under stress, literally pulling it inward. Emotionally, men compare their smallest state to someone else's highlight reel. Practically, you walk away with a false sense of inadequacy. The fix? Measure at full erection in a comfortable environment when relaxed. Mistake number 3, forgetting about girth. Length gets all the attention, but research shows girth often matters more for sexual satisfaction because it influences how the vagina or anus stretches. Biologically, girth reflects blood flow and tissue health. Emotionally, many men obsess over length and miss the reassurance girth provides. Practically, girth is easier to improve through better circulation and pelvic floor health. The fix? Use a soft tape or string, wrap around the thickest part of the shaft. Mark, then measure. Mistake number 4, comparing to fantasy. This might be the most damaging one. Adult film actors are not average men. They're selected for one exaggerated trait, then enhanced with lighting, silicone prosthetics, and sometimes even digital editing. Comparing yourself to that is like comparing your morning jog to an Olympic sprinter's world record run. So, if surgery isn't the answer, and it rarely is, what can you actually do? Here are 5 powerful, practical steps. Step 1. Reduce pubic fat. When abdominal fat builds, the penis looks shorter because it sinks into the fat pad. Losing just 2 inches off your waistline can reveal up to half an inch of visible length. Step 2. Improve blood flow. Your penis is a vascular organ, not a muscle. More blood equals more fullness. Eat nitrate-rich foods like spinach, beets, and arugula. Stay hydrated, quit smoking. And yes, do pelvic floor exercises, Kegels. They're not just for women. Step 3, check your hormones. Low testosterone reduces nighttime erections, weakens tissue, and impacts mood. Ask your doctor for a full hormone panel. Support naturally first, better sleep, strength training, zinc, and limiting alcohol. Step 4, stop comparing. You are not a number. What satisfies a partner is presence, confidence, and intimacy, not an extra half inch. Step 5, seek guidance, not gimmicks. If you're considering enhancement, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this because something is broken or because I was never told the truth? Most men who seek surgery are already normal, and many regret it. The risks, scarring, dysfunction, deformity aren't worth chasing a myth. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not behind. You are not broken. And you are not defined by a ruler. Most men, yes, the vast majority, are completely average. And average is not a consolation prize. Average is reality. Your body is worthy of respect. Your confidence is worth protecting. And your relationships thrive not on numbers, but on presence, trust, and connection. So here's the real takeaway. When you stop obsessing over size, you free yourself to focus on health. And when you focus on health, circulation, hormones, mindset, everything else improves. Confidence, performance, intimacy. So let me leave you with a question. What's more powerful? Being above average on a ruler or being in full control of your body, your mind, and your life? You already know the answer. If this video helped you, do me a favor, like it, leave a comment telling me where you're watching from, and subscribe for more.